Hi, this is Stephen Gandolfi coming to you from the tasting room at Westport Whiskey and Wine with this week's Cheeky Pint. This whole month of March, we're going to be talking about beers with sour characteristics. Notice I didn't say sour beers. There's no such style as a sour beer. There are many beers which have a sour characteristic. And this month we're going to be investigating those styles through various specials and tasting events. And we're going to start off this week with the folks from Highwire coming and pouring 4 of these sort of various fermentation style sours that they've done. And in fact, the regional, I think the newly appointed regional manager for the Midwest, McAllister Merritt, will be here. Anyway, starting from over here, we've got their peach sour, and this is a unique one because it's not exactly brewed like a lambic. It does have that lower ABV, but it was 2 years in stainless and then 1.5 years, golly, in oak barrels, and then another 5 months in stainless with the peach. So the point here is that you're getting, the reason why you would go from like stainless to oak like that is you want to just let the yeast do its trick. You want to get whatever phenols, whatever kind of funky spices you're getting, and then you're going to put it in the oak. And with oak, and the reason why you do oak fermentation is, if you think of a barrel as a sort of micro-ecosystem, microflora can penetrate up to 1/4 of an inch within the surface of the wood. So you've created this environment where as long as you keep feeding it sugar water, which is really all beer wort is, it'll keep producing specific characteristics. So there's a lot to say about, for something that's so rustic in style, you've created a quality control environment because there's no other microflora for them to compete with. You know, it's less chance of actually getting off characteristics than if you did it in, say, like a bright tank or a cool ship or something like that. But this one is a very tart, stone fruity kind of sweet expression of beer that I'm looking forward to trying this weekend. This one is another peach-based one. This one has black tea in it, and this one's specifically designed for aging. And I think the reason for that is when you try this beer, what you'll notice is that there are a fair amount of aggressive, kind of earthy tannins in this. And I think that not only helps to rein in the peach, but it gives you a little bit more longevity. Something that's coming in at 8.11, it just sort of adds to the body, adds to the character, and gives you that sort of secondary layer that you're getting, just not those big boozy upper notes. Next, this is one that I've always been curious about, and I have to be honest that I haven't tried it. They describe it as a gin barrel fizz. So this is made with Brettanomyces. Brettanomyces, of course, different from Saccharomyces cerevisiae, which is the usual yeast strain that you use to ferment beer. Brettanomyces is known for giving things that specifically funky character. People say things like barnyard, mousy, horsey, those sort of things. Old fence post kind of musty characteristics. In wine, they can be desirable, they can be detractable. In beer, it's sometimes something you chase. Going back, many, many years, we sort of just noticed that it was a byproduct of barrel fermentation, but now people often inoculate beers with Brettanomyces. So with those sort of lighter botanical notes and those richer, funkier notes, I'm really interested to see how this beer plays out. It has a lot of good press, I just have never tried it. Last, and this is one of my favorites, I love a good Oud Brun. Sour browns, we talked about them a couple weeks ago. This is one that was aged on Palo Santo barrels. Palo Santo, of course, famously used by Dogfish Head for their Palo Santo Marron. Also a holy item in certain South American cultures. It's a holy wood in some South American cultures. It produces lovely, spicy tannins. Think almost like what Amburana does with those sort of cinnamony, sweet kind of characteristics. Anyway, all of these fellows are on sale this week. We'll be pouring them this Friday at 6 p.m. With a Highwire representative. And stay tuned next week. We're going to have our friends from Upland. The week after that, we're going to be doing some lambics. And then we'll close it. I'll be doing a little class where we take look at different sour beers. But this has been Stephen, and we'll see you this Friday.